Do you really believe that you're capable of changing the world? Yes, you. Are you? Me particularly, I am one of those persons that thinks that everything that affects her surroundings ends up affecting the world. Every little thing that we can do to change the way we live, the place we live in, will end up affecting all of us. You know, everything is already there for us. So let's read. Let's recover, let's recycle, let's reuse, let's regenerate. We're all very conscious that our cities belong to us and that we're perfectly capable of modifying them. Streets, plazas, and parks are our main cultural spaces. And this context is where handmade urbanism appears. Several groups of architects started working in this line. They started producing new pieces of urban furniture so that we could start using our cities differently. These pieces were built in open workshops so that they would involve local communities and create not things by specific people, but things by everyone. Later, after creating those pieces, they would be turned into instructions, and that would then be shared with the public in a Creative Commons license so that anyone could replicate them, anyone could make their own. These open source policies has extended now, and we can see many projects producing objects that anyone could build on their own. This is also the case of Reform the City. Urban orchards and gardens built by and maintained by neighbors have spread all around our cities. But this particular organization, what designs is low-cost technological systems so that these gardens succeed, so that these urban orchards and farms can really produce things that can be consumed by the people who take care of them. Their principle is reuse and recycle. All of their solutions are taken from parts of other objects that no longer use, such as washing machines or coffee makers, and by very simple technological means they are turned into new systems. This community is based on their website. Their website is where they show what they do, is where they announce their workshops, is where you can interact with them and contact them, and everything that's produced is shown in their own wiki site, a site that shows all those technical systems, their descriptions, the ways of building them, so that anyone in the world can replicate them and build them again, and ultimately be turned into an app that anyone can carry in their pockets. These sort of initiatives are making technology accessible to everyone. This is Oliver Eliasson, and he's holding a little son. He, just in case you don't know it, is one of the most famous and well-known artists of our time, with works that have been sold for millions of dollars. And what he's holding here is a very particular project on his own. It's not a project for a museum, it is something quite different. The little sun is a simple solar-powered light that you can easily carry around to light your surroundings. Eliasson is perfectly conscious of the power he has being in his status. Everyone wants a piece of art made by him. This is why, to launch this little sun, what he did was to call the Tate Modern and make a blackout day, a day with no lights, so that every visitor would have his own little sun and would have to light the exhibition space to see what was over there. At the end, you will have the little sun so that you can buy it. This way, everyone, with a very accessible price, everyone could have a piece by Oliver Eliasson at his home. But what was he really doing? Well, it wasn't that simple. For every little sun that was bought by anyone in the museums or stores or any other place, or even in the website, another little sun was given for free in a developing country to a person that did not have access to light, to electrical light. This way, all these families, all these people that could not afford having a light would suddenly empowered by some other person in the other side of the world that would have it. A parallelism created between two different realities, two different communities that were suddenly engaged one to each other. But Do you really think this is the best design to solve this problem? In the other side of the world, another initiative happened, Glitter of Light. This initiative tries to solve the same situation, the situation where people cannot afford to have electrical light in their homes. But their technology was quite simpler. Their technology was based on a water bottle that would be filled with just water and bleach, and that would work as a catalyst for the solar light to come in and spread inside of the house as well. It is limited. Only during daylight hours would work, but in the other side, it's also extremely successful and its cost is zero. Working with trash as prime material is something that many collectives, architects, designers have been doing for the last years. Here in Spain we have one particular collective whose name is Basurama, which means trash in English, and they take trash as their main construction material. As you may know, here in Spain, festivals in summer are quite a big thing. All the towns that are located near the coast areas have one of these big music festivals with millions of people spending 2 or 3 days in their site. As you can imagine, the result, the ecological result of that is quite dramatic for the beaches. So when Basurama was commissioned to create an installation for this specific event, they proposed this: you are what you throw away. They built a huge container in the middle of the beach that would be a trash container. All the trash that would be collected during the 3 days of the festival would not be taken away from the beach, would be put there, and this object would become a reflection of those millions of apparently innocent actions of every visitor that goes there and throws anything to the ground, that maybe in taken separately are not so relevant, but when you see the impact that this makes in the beaches, well, their object was an activism device. And activism is the center of our next example. Madrid is a Jewel is another project from another group of designers here in the city. Well, as we said in the beginning, everything is already there. So what we only have to do is to see it. This group are very much activist. They were tired of the spread of these architectural defense devices, which function is to prevent citizens from sitting and laying in the public space. These devices are all around the city, and they even try to hide the real function by their beauty. What they did was to take pictures of a selection of these defense devices, map them, make them 3D models, and turn them into jewels, so that in the end, everybody in the city could buy one of these jewels and carry them as an activism act in itself. As we said at the beginning, everything is already there. We only have to recover, recycle, reuse, and regenerate it. In the end, we only have to look at things to see the opportunities. So now it is your turn. Can you change the world?